The Bronze Age is part of the three-age system of archaeology that divides human technological prehistory into three periods: the Stone Age, Bronze Age, and Iron Age. The Bronze Age spanned from 3300 to 1200 BCE and is characterized by the use of copper and its alloy bronze as the chief hard materials in the manufacturing of implements and weapons. This period ended with further advancements in metallurgy, such as the ability to smelt iron. In approximately the 4th millennium BCE in Sumer, India, and China, it was discovered that combining copper and tin creates a superior metal, an alloy called bronze. This discovery represented the beginning of the Bronze Age, enabling people to create metal objects that were harder than previously possible. Bronze tools, weapons, armor, and building materials such as decorative tiles were more durable than their stone and copper predecessors. Here is an image of the Shang territory in China and the Yellow River Valley and the beginnings of Chinese civilization. Technology helps explain the rise and success of the Shang dynasty. Bronze metallurgy went to China from Southwest Asia with horse-drawn chariots, horses, and other wheeled vehicles. They reached China by approximately 1200 BCE. Shang ruling elites monopolized the production of bronze in the Yellow River Valley by controlling access to copper and tin, and by employing craftsmen to produce large quantities of bronze weapons. Control over bronze production strengthened Shang forces against those of the Xia and provided them with better weapons than their rivals. Shang nobles used bronze to make fittings for horse-drawn chariots. Shang armies had little difficulty imposing their rule on agricultural villages and extended their influence throughout much of the Yellow River Valley. This image shows ancient craftspeople making bronze. In ancient China, bronze vessels were cast by an indigenous process that employed a mold made of sections. After fashioning a clay model of the object, the founder packed it with another layer of clay that was allowed to dry, cut into sections, pried off, and then fired. The model was then shaved down to become the core of the mold, the sections assembled around it, and the molten metal poured between the two. Once the bronze had cooled, the mold was removed and the surface of the vessel burnished smooth. Chinese bronze artifacts were cast in many forms, some based on older pottery traditions. Often they were more elaborate versions in precious metals for the elite of vessels, tools, and weapons. The decorations of early Chinese bronzes were executed directly into the model and cast into the bronze, not worked into the cold metal afterward. Undoubtedly, the section mold casting method influenced the nature of decorative designs. Shang decor is distinguished by symmetry, frontality, and incised ornament, usually arranged in horizontal bands that complement the contours of the vessel, as can be seen here in this image of a wine container. Many of these items were used in veneration of the ancestors, such as altar sets like shown here, to offer food and beverages to the ancestors. There were vessels used for storing or serving various solids or liquids. Wine was one such popular liquid. The tripod shape, seen here in a ding or cauldron, goes back to the Neolithic period and was innovative for its hollow leg type, which is a very effective way of heating liquids rapidly with little heat loss. Tripods also were used under a pot with a perforated base to form a steamer. In addition to numerous large sacrificial tripods, known as dings in Chinese. There are many other distinct shapes. It is typical of the developed Shang style to utilize all available space for decoration, as can be seen here in the guang, which is a wine container. All traditional Chinese art is symbolic and meant to be edifying. Nature is a source of reference. Ritual bronzes were highly decorated with stylized animal faces in three main types: demons, symbolic animals, and abstract symbols. Here is a symbolic tiger ewer. Some Chinese meanings connected to animal imagery include the dragon, power, strength, good luck. Also, the dragon was a symbol of the emperor. Phoenix as a symbol of the empress. Tiger is the king of the animals, powerful energy, symbolizing wealth. Butterfly symbolizes joy. Cranes symbolize peace. Turtles, a long life. Carp, strength and determination. Red bat, good luck. Lion, prosperity. Hence, you will often see lions in front of shopping malls. The appearance of rams as decoration of vessels can be traced back early to the Shang period. In these images of a jia, a ritual wine drinking vessel, we see a stylized ram. Rams were an auspicious symbol connected to prosperity and warding off evil. Popular among the many symbols drawn from the plant world are the orchid, symbol of loyalty, bamboo, that symbolizes the scholar who is resilient, the winter plum, which stands for purity, and the gnarled pine tree, which represents survival. This image of a gu, a drinking vessel, has a lotus form, symbolizing a wish for peace and tranquility. One very common motif was the taotie, seen here. Some have interpreted it as an animal mask. Others believe it was a greedy man who was banished by the Shang to guard a corner of heaven, or turned into a monster who only has a head that tried to devour men. Others interpret it as one of the four demons. Keep in mind, one of the reasons for ancestor veneration was so the ancestors could keep one safe from demons. An image of a taotie could serve as a reminder to not be stingy with your offerings to the ancestors. Give them the good wine, for heaven's sake. This image is always presented frontally as though squashed onto a horizontal plane to form a symmetrical design. So here, for example, is an eye. Here's the other eye. Here you have a stylized horn. This is the crest here. You have the quill and tail here. Lower jaw, snout here. Forehead here. Okay, so you see a very stylized version of a demon. Why we have so many bronzes from the Shang dynasty is that the wealthy were buried with these artifacts, including new pieces cast to represent their wealth, such as animals that they had in real life or servants, etc. Bronze was not for the common people. Many large bronzes also bear cast inscriptions that comprise the bulk of surviving early Chinese writing and have helped historians and archaeologists piece together the history of China. Here is an image of early writing on an oracle bone.